Okay.
Is that you, Dave?
So I'm trying to connect to my phone. It doesn't even want to work at all.
What are you doing over there, man?
No, I always feel like weird when we go live. That's why I'm like, oh, you can see me.
I'm just gonna wait for a few people to trickle in.
Oh, dear.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, my laptop seems to be doing better. Of course, I wasn't set up for my angle here, but that's good enough, I guess.
Let's see here. What's going on? What's up, April?
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Oh, hi, April.
Just give it another minute or two, and then we'll get started. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Whoever's in the chat.
Oh,
Thank you, everyone.
here, echo.
Yeah, that was me. Sorry. Here, echo. Yeah.
We're still picking up an echo.
Oh,
You have to turn off the stream.
that's not me anymore.
Someone.
Was
Oh,
it me causing the
there it
echo?
is.
Oh yeah, I think we're good. We're
I
good.
can't
Good.
hear you 'cause I'm muted.
We.
There it is. Oh yeah, I think we're good. We're good.
Is the echo gone now, or was it me?
I think
hear another
it's
echo.
you, Jedi.
Okay, I'm gonna put him.
Okay. Cool. So thank you, everyone, for joining. I hope everyone enjoyed their first day of the Force Fiesta, and we're about to kick off day 2. So the topic of discussion for this panel today is going to be about collectibles, and hopefully you'll get to see a ton of cool stuff. We're going to take a look at everyone's collections and some of their favorites, and hopefully hear some cool stories. And let's do some intros before we get started. First, I'm Jorge from the Average Nerd Podcast. You can find us here on Twitch or wherever you listen to your podcast. We're also on Instagram and Twitter at Average Nerd Pod. We also have a few members of the Average Nerd Podcast. We have Av. Where can we find you, Av?
You can find me in Sacramento, California at Beehive Collectibles, or with these fine guys at Average Nerd Podcast.
We also have Dave.
Hello, I'm Dave. And yeah, you could find me with these guys too.
Yeah. We are joined by a ton of special guests. So glad to have all of you here to join us to talk about all of this. First, we have Trevor. Where can we find you, Trevor?
Hey, I'm at Secondary Heroes. We are on every single social media platform and podcast platform at Secondary Heroes.
Awesome. We also have a special guest, James. James, where can we find you?
Hey, this is James, aka Parm from the Hardly Heroes podcast. You can find me at hardlyheroes.com or at Hardly Heroes on everything except for Twitter. It's Hardly Heroes 1.
Okay. Hardly Heroes. We also are joined by John. How's it going, John?
How are you guys? I'm with the Toy Rewind podcast, and you can find us at Toy Rewind Pod on Instagram and Twitter.
Awesome. Thank you, John. And we have the one and only Jedi. What's up, Jedi?
Hi, everybody.
Jedi
scum.
Oh, most of you probably know me, but on Twitter it's bent_SW Poplover, and on Instagram Wicket937.
Ooh, it looks like we got a raid too.
We got a raid from Miss Fancy Cherry. Maria, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. So let's get started. Let's dive into this. Let's talk about some collectibles. I know that yesterday on Geek Together, they talked about some of the retro toys and retro collectibles. I think we're going to focus more on some of the newer ones, some of the newer companies that have produced products for Star Wars. I know that all of us are collectors and a lot of people in the chat are collectors. So this is exciting for me. I've always wanted to see what some of the grails that you have, some of the stuff that you've obtained over the years. Av, maybe since you're right
Yeah.
next to you, maybe we could start with you.
yeah.
What are some of the companies or what are some of the collectibles that you collect?
So with Star Wars, I started with Kenner, right? Kenner made them, and then Hasbro bought them out. So we're talking about current collections. So Hasbro, Funko, Lego. Who else makes stuff? Just there's so much Star Wars out there. So if you're a Star Wars fan and you see something Star Wars, no matter who makes it, you might end up buying it. So just because it's Star Wars.
Very
So
true.
brand companies don't really matter really. But I guess if you want to share a few of my favorite things,
Yeah, please.
this is from last year's San Diego Comic-Con Hasbro exclusive. This is the carded Black Series Boba Fett. This is the one that I really wanted last year. I wasn't able to get in the line, Hasbro line, but I had a couple friends that really helped me out. So yeah, this is just an awesome figure with a holographic card and it's
Maybe we
Boba
could
Fett.
zoom in.
That's awesome.
I can.
Can you?
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Like the
There's a glare.
holographic.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. It's definitely one of my favorite newer ones that I have in my collection. Another one, I guess, I talked about this one in one of our earlier podcasts, but this is from 96, 97. It's not super new. I mean, it's 20 years old, but it's the 12-inch Chewbacca collector series.
There it is.
You got the one, right? Yep, I got one too.
That's definitely one of the favorites in the collection,
Yeah.
and it's still, the box is in really, really good condition. I'm afraid to take it out now, but it's awesome.
It's so
Yeah.
furry.
Yeah, furry. And then I wanted to show this one too. This is from another one from that same line. It's the Boba Fett
Mhm.
12-inch
The 12
from
inch.
Nice.
from the collector series from 97. And then, we're all Funko collectors, right? Funko Pop collectors. I'm going to show you the top one in my collection. I have so many of these. I guess you call it grails, right? Grails.
You put grills and
Yeah, he
clothes.
said.
It's this little guy here.
Woo.
The
I think
20
you need to zoom again.
2012, the 2012 San Diego Comic-Con holographic Darth Maul. So I was at the con that year. I wasn't able to get it there, and I wasn't really, a diehard collector in 2012 yet. I had, a few here and there. I got this like in, I think, 2015, so 3 years later. And it was, at the time, it was like one of my most expensive pops that I ever spent on. And I remember I coughed up $250 for it. And
Wow.
Wow.
in 2015, that was like, geez, what am I doing spending $250 on a toy?
Yeah. Yeah.
But now, I don't regret it at all. It's definitely the top piece in my collection. But yeah,
Awesome.
it's not going to go anywhere. So, and there's no giveaway for that, guys. So sorry.
Yeah, those are great pieces. Have
Yeah.
Why
did
did
you have
we
a
start with Av? Why did we start with
Yeah.
Av? And he just
Yeah.
did like,
I don't know.
Even I'm not
Grail
going
of
that
Grail.
crazy.
the only holographic I have is this one right here. So I don't have anything that extravagant.
My glows are up on the shelf.
Yeah, no, that was a good one. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Thank you guys.
Trevor, do you have any favorite pieces, or what do you collect? Do you collect anything outside of Funko? Any other companies or collectibles?
I think I pretty much just collect Funko when it comes to Star Wars.
Mhm.
Like I either have designer toys or like if it's officially licensed toys, they're pretty much Funko just because it's so there's no barrier to entry. It's like $10.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
deal.
yeah.
I mean, once $10 extrapolates out into like how many hundreds of pops, it's more, but still.
Yeah.
So yeah, just mainly Funko.
Awesome. John, what about you? Do you collect what companies or what lines do you collect from Star Wars?
I don't really have any of the toys or any of the pops or anything. I'm the oddball out of the Toy Ruin podcast. Not really a collector. But I get in there with my brothers and talk about them. I was the guy that tore everything apart and tried to figure out how to put it together. But my daughter has several other things. She's got the little metal spaceships and stuff
Oh, the die
that
cast.
she put together. Yeah. So let me get this in there. There you go. But she's got several of these that she's done and put together, and from Metalworks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're little tab together metal pieces, and then
Very
she's got-
intricate, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very intricate. She's got a couple more she still hasn't put together. So, but she's the one that's got all these, and they're little tab things. But she enjoys doing those. She did get to go to Disneyland and to Star World or Star Wars Land
Yeah.
back in January before all this shut down and everything. So she had fun with that and sent me tons of pictures from there. Brought back little other things. I know one of the questions is what else is out there. This is one of the Coke bottles.
Oh yeah.
So
Very cool.
but yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you, John. James Parm, do you have anything?
Well-
What do you collect?
Well, I collect a little bit of everything. And I'm kind of like Trevor. I don't have the biggest budget. I got 3 little kids running around, so like diapers are more important than my collection. Even though the wife didn't know what's going on in the garage right here.
You can
yeah,
use
I
the
like
pop boxes to wipe.
I was about to
There
say
you
that.
But I got to keep them in the box. So
Yeah.
I love pops. Like Av said, I started out with Kenner and stuff. I kind of stopped collecting all this stuff in the 90s because it got so crazy. But I remember the old school, Vader action figure case. I still have that, in my garage somewhere. And then I got into Lego, so I brought one of my Lego Ghost from Rebels.
Nice.
So,
nice.
Nice.
This was actually one of the ones that got me back into kind of Legos and Star Wars kind of merch, because I loved Star Wars and I loved Rebels, and
Yes.
it just hit me once I got the Legos. I'm like, oh, that's it. It's this piece that really made it come together, and I'm gonna start collecting again. This is kind of before we started having kids, but yeah, I dug it.
Yeah.
Oh, which members did it come with? I think I saw Hera in there.
Yeah,
and-
it's got Hera. Well, I got there also, I don't know if you know about Rebels, but it has the Phantom that comes off as a separate set that kind of gets put together. So Ezra came with the Phantom, but then Hera, I think Kanan came with it as well. I forgot. I don't remember now. But yeah, it's a fun set. It's this is one of my girls because it got discontinued and people keep asking about it. I'm like, that's the one thing I have. I don't have a glow in the dark Darth Maul, but
Ooh,
this
no,
is now.
that's one of my favorite ships too, because and I love that they have it as an Easter egg in Rogue One, and then even at Rise of the Skywalker too.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. And I just fell in love with the show because Dave Filoni made it such a love letter to Ralph McQuarrie's original concept art. So I just fell in love with it all. So I was happy to get it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have to have you on tomorrow. We're going to talk about Rebels and
That's what
Clone
I-
Wars tomorrow. So
Oh yeah.
right
here
down
we
your
go.
alley. Yeah.
Yes.
Here we go.
So Dave, what about you? What do you collect?
Oh gosh, I think maybe the question is what I don't collect.
That's
Because
okay.
I collect too much stuff that's Star Wars. I mean, I have a lot of the vintage stuff that from my brother actually. I even have this. This is my sister's before. But,
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Horrible.
yeah.
I
But
got mine upstairs.
Oh, nice.
yeah, I mean, aside from Funko, what else do I collect? I collect some Hasbro. I have a few Black Series. I would say Are we gonna be like showing and telling right now too, or?
No, you could save it for later. Yeah. you
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just jumped the
so-
gun. Sorry, I jumped the gun.
Oh
Sorry.
no, plus I know like Av probably has to like head out soon to.
No, I got a little time. But speaking of Black Series, Dave and
Oh.
Jorge, you
Oh,
wanted
segue.
Oh, more Grail. Let's call it the Grail episode. Okay.
no, we're gonna give something away to the viewers. So
Make a note of this.
today, first
Are we
first
eligible?
giveaway, first giveaway, we're gonna do a Black Series Heavy Infantry Mandalorian figure. So
nice.
one lucky winner in the chat here will get that. So let's yeah,
Okay.
Jorge will set it up. Thank you guys.
Yeah, I got it set up. So for the giveaway, all you have to do is enter exclamation point followed by the keyword, which I'm about to give you. There's going to be 3 minutes on the clock, and you only have to enter once to qualify. So the keyword is going to be exclamation point Mando, Mando, and the giveaway is going to start now.
All right.
Cool. Thanks for that, Av. Thank you.
Oh, thank you guys. All right, go ahead, Dave. Sorry.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, so Funko and what is this? The Bandai Kotobiku. I forget.
Oh, those figures. Yeah,
These guys.
yeah.
Oh,
later.
those are awesome. I love the detail.
Yeah,
on those.
and I don't know, random prints, pins, of course. I'm so glad that Quicks, Filipino toy designer, made a few like Star Wars inspired pieces. So yeah, I just collect a bunch of stuff.
Mhm. Awesome. Thank you, Dave.
Oh, and shirts.
Oh yes, you do have a lot of
Yeah.
those. The Johnny Cupcakes.
Jen-
I think yesterday you were wearing a Darth Maul shirt.
yes, Darth Maul. So I have on Chewie today,
Nice.
and
nice.
then
Very cool.
have this Han Solo
Oh,
and
cool.
Princess Leia. Yeah.
I love those. Those are awesome. And last but not least, he he received the nickname Jedi for a reason. Jedi, what do you collect?
A lot of stuff too. I'm actually going to answer Jen. There is Jen. I do. I don't know about Dave.
Star Wars Yeah.
I still use them. I have
Star
them
Wars
there, too.
movies.
So, but yeah, Funko's definitely a big one now. Hasbro back in the 90s, and I have a lot of the Power of the Force 2, but they're almost all in storage, so I won't have any to show off today. A lot of miscellaneous stuff, you know, I don't know, art, plush, shirts, as he mentioned. I have a lot of the Funko shirts and other shirts. So yeah,
You
I
have
mean, you see, I
kitchenware?
have a whole room. What's that?
Kitchenware? Do you have any
Oh
kitchenware?
yes, my whole kitchen is got stuff. I'm going to show that if I can get the iPad to start working again when we get ready for that. The whole kitchen counters have mugs and plates and spatulas and all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
I mean, I don't
That's
use
awesome.
most of it. It's mostly for display, but
Yeah.
I enjoy having it. But
I imagine your
So,
kitchen's like the
the
cantina
bathrooms
now.
have the soap dispensers and the towels. So yeah, the bathrooms too. So every room of the house has Star Wars in it.
Wow.
I think I said some Legos. I don't do a lot of the Legos because they take a lot of space, but I have the Death Star, so I'm hoping to show that. It's in the living room.
Wow.
It's tough to put together the newer Yoda, like the tall one. So I still got to build that, but I've got the BB-8 and the Porg of that style. So
Okay,
yeah,
I'm
a variety.
I'm curious, Jedi. Do you have a story to the stormtrooper behind you?
Okay. So let me think through the angle here. So that's actually a cardboard standee. And so yeah, Jorge knows because I was telling him earlier, is I actually got that when I first started collecting back in the 90s, back in Oregon. And it got shipped over here to Hawaii and survived. And I found it in some of the storage stuff and was like, I'm getting that back out. It's always been
Nice.
a favorite piece.
Yeah.
You know, and,
Yeah,
and it's really cool because it's got that optical illusion where he's always pointing at you no matter where you're standing in the room. So it's like the
Even
only
right
time
now.
I have good aim, apparently.
I feel like he's pointing at me.
The
I know.
Mona Lisa. The Mona Lisa. of Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I actually was excited with that 10-inch trooper that just, I'm going to put it over near the display of him. So I was like, that'd be a good combo there. So
That's
very
awesome.
cool.
Thank you. Thank you. So I
Wanna
do
pick
have
a
this
winner real quick?
question. Oh, sure. Is the giveaway over?
Yes,
I think it's over.
it
Yeah.
is.
Let's
Okay,
one
let's
real
pick a
quick.
winner. Let's get a drum roll in the chat, please. We do our drum rolls a little different. We drop R's. We drop R's. Yeah. You can drop some R's in the chat.
Drop some R's.
Drop some
in the
R's.
chat.
Let's pick a winner. Okay. And our winner for this giveaway is Cal465.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Very nice.
That's super rigged.
Well, he is a,
I'm just kidding.
he is a collector. Okay, so it's a little backstory to that. He is a collector on his own. That
Yeah. No.
he's the person who got me into Star Wars. He's the one who showed me the Star Wars VHS as a kid, and he definitely has his own collection. That's not rigged, I promise.
No, I'm just teasing you. Yeah, it's going to a good home. So
Yeah.
congratulations.
Congrats. We'll do more. We'll do more
Nice
giveaways. We'll do
for the
more.
kids, Jorge.
Please. No, not to the kids.
The chat is turning on you as we speak.
I know. Dropping all the rings.
Next
Okay.
question, quick.
Next question. I do have a question. Are there any pieces that have sentimental value for you, or is there? I mean, even if it's not a piece, if you want to drop in like a memory, or is there anything that's sentimental to you about Star Wars, about any of the collectibles that you have? I'm gonna actually go in reverse. Let's start with Jedi.
Okay. Have talked about this already, but definitely going to Star Wars weekends, and that awesome poster I have in my living room is definitely one of my most sentimental pieces. Because as I was saying, it's about the experience, and then my folks taking the time to get it matted, and form. It's a huge frame. Like if you see it, it's not like a small piece. So that definitely. But other than that, I mean, so many pieces have a memory associated with them, like of finding something or that hunt. So it's hard to pick just one. So
Most definitely.
definitely,
Yeah.
So
Awesome. Thank you, Dave.
Oh, it's my turn. I'd say, I mean, like my sister's Ewok that she had, my brother's Boba Fett. Yeah, it's really hard to just pick one. My Yoda backpack.
Yeah.
I have that in the living room.
Ultimate He's
Yeah.
always with me. My very first fun days, I was part of the Rebel Alliance. So I kept
Cool.
my place or my dinner mat or table mat thing. During
Nice.
the early days of the Funcast, I think it was like episode 12 or 11 or something. I won this from them, and I had them sign the back card for me. So yeah, they're all on there. Jorge, you gave me this, so that's kind of sentimental for me too.
I love that.
And then yeah, so which fun days was this? 2018. They had the Yoda Freddy that
Freddy
I
Yoda, yeah.
really, really wanted.
Mhm.
And one of our he's on the podcast too, Jay.
Yeah.
But he helped me get this one.
Nice.
It is so
Nice.
like were you there when
I was there. When
Yeah.
that happened. Yeah.
yeah, like he just overheard someone, right? Like saying it's like, oh,
We were leaving the event, and then there was someone saying like, "Oh, I don't really want this." I think something like along those lines, and then Jay just goes, "How much?" Like, how
so
much?
he was like, will you take 300?
Yeah, something like that. Well, you
Yeah.
take 300, and he grabbed it for you. Yeah.
Yeah, so Yoda Freddy.
Some back alley Funko deal.
Yeah.
dropping.
Yeah.
That's what happens, James, at Fun Days. You don't know yet, but
I want
there's
to know. I want to
Yeah.
back alley deals for sure.
know.
I'd say it's just there's been a lot of like for fun days. There's been a lot of like I guess back alley deals, but also just a lot of things like falling into place too. Just,
Yes, yeah.
it's just amazing like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
James?
I add one more before we move on?
Oh, sure. If
He
you have one
kind
more,
of made me think, and I was going to show it later, but it's sentimental. Definitely is. If any of you've seen my avatar, you know. But
okay.
I know it's hard to show in this camera lighting.
no, we can
But-
see it. Let me see if I can
Okay,
zoom in on it.
so my Ahsoka Proto is
Yes.
one of my prized possessions from winning the Photo a Day challenge, and
Oh,
Wow.
like
such
I
a
could
good
not
piece.
believe when they picked this one for me, and it's very amazing. So of course
The only Ahsoka photo in the
lab.
and so I keep this out in the living room normally with my high value ones. So yes, she
That's
is
awesome.
very amazing.
Wow, such a good piece.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Jedi.
Yes.
James, anything for you?
Well, I grew up on Star Wars, so I have tons of memories. Dubbing it on the old VHS tape and that sort of thing, and watching bootleg copies, and playing with all kinds of action figures you would bury in your yard and that sort of thing. So I have all those memories and all the memories growing up of like being a nerd. But like one memory pertaining to Funko Pops is actually recent, and it's kind of sad story, so I apologize for that. But like I'll get through it quick. My cousin, my older cousin, like 5 years older, he just passed away, like suddenly just passed away. And no worries. I appreciate it. One of my last conversations with him was we were talking about Funko Pops and things like that. And he goes, dude, I just found this cool little shop with this cool little owner. I'm like, where's the shop? He's like, oh, it's in Midtown Sac. I'm like, are you talking about Beehive? And he's like, oh yeah, it's called Beehive. That dude's Filipino. I'm like, I know that dude, like, yeah. And so we started chopping it up, and he's like, dude, that shop is so cool, and this and that. I'm like, you get everything you wanted? And he's like, yeah, I got some stuff. And then like his daughter was hanging out with us, and I'm like, hey, ask your dad what he's looking for as far as Funko goes, and I'm gonna ask Av. And she goes, okay. And then so he ended up wanting an R2D2 pop, and I had one in my collection. It was it would sit right there. I'm like, I got you, cuz gave it to his daughter to give to him, and so I was really happy to give it to him. And then he passed, and it was really sad, and everybody's like really sad when you lose a family member, that sort of thing. But like, it was at his house, and then we go to his house, and on that, we're Filipino, right? It's that table, the celebration of life, all the things he loves, Michael Jordan and Star Wars, and all his pops were in front. And at the very end of the line of his favorite pops was the R2 I gave him, a couple weeks before. So like, it really tied it together that like I, gave him something that he loved, and it's part of his like life celebration. So it was right there. So it was really cool. And I was like starting to tear up. And then all of a sudden I stopped, and like my collector brain kicked in. I'm like, but why did they take it out of the boxes? And all the little kids, including my little kids, were walking up to it, and their little Cheeto hands are holding it. And, Lumpia greased hands are holding R2D2. And I'm just like, don't stop touching my R2D2 with your Lumpia hands. Yeah. So that's my memory. One of my memories of.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing.
I do remember him coming in, James, and with his family. So yeah, cool. I'm very, very sorry for that. Yeah.
No worries. I'm going to share that with him.
Yeah.
John, do you have any special memories or anything sentimental for you as far as Star Wars goes?
Just what we've been going through. Our last podcast was actually with Star Wars, so it was it lined up perfectly with all this, and we were going through some old photos with my mom and dad, and we found one with Michael and me in it back in '83, and of course there on one of the picture is the Jabba the Hutt. So it was nice to see some old pictures like that, and then reminiscing through them with trying to find more and more, and all three of us were sitting there talking about it. So but
I watched yesterday's live stream with Geek Together, and they were talking about retro toys and their experiences, and Seth mentioned how much fun he has going through old bins of toys and collectibles. And I love to do that with friends. And it's funny because I feel like I'm more excited than the friend who's going through the bin themselves. Because I mean, this is all stuff that I haven't seen. So it's like you're digging up all this buried treasure full of memories and experiences. And so I always thought that was fun. So yeah, thank you, John, for sharing that. Trevor, anything for you?
Yeah, mine's kind of like intertwined of the things I wanted to share. So what got me into collecting pops was back in 2016. Force Awakens had just come out, and then they had the FN 2187 pop where he has the 3 blood strikes, and that's super awesome. It's a Target exclusive, and I didn't know anything about pops at the time of how rare they are or how when it's finally shows up in the Target ad, that means it's already been on shelves for like 6 weeks. So it does, you're not gonna have a chance. I didn't know that at the time, so I went to like 15 or 20 Targets that day that I saw it in the ad, because there's so many Targets in Southern California. It's like you go a few miles and there's another Target. So I kept trying and I didn't get it. I finally just got it on eBay for like $25. It wasn't like some big super rare thing, but that was the first thing that got it into me. So then when I went to the HQ grand opening, I waited for the art line, and Ben Butcher drew this FN2.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So
Was awesome.
Ben Butcher is awesome. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yes.
I haven't had the honor or pleasure of talking to him in person, but even from one of the Funcasts, the official Funko podcast that existed before, even from the episode that he had, and just
Mhm.
listening to him talk, I could listen to him talk forever. That guy
Yes.
is so cool.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
awesome.
he talks the whole time that he's drawing, asking why it matters. And it's
Yeah.
cool because that whole story connected in when I was Fanatic of the Week. I used that story as kind of like my introduction to Funko. And so
Yeah.
I was Fanatic of the Week back on May the 4th in 2018. Just
Wow.
conveniently. So
Nice.
Last Jedi just come out. And so this is my proto that I got for winning, which is the little
That's awesome.
love Chewie, love Porg, but I love that it was also on May the 4th of all the potential.
Yeah.
Because that
Mhm.
Friday it could have been May 3rd if it wasn't 2018, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's really cool.
The stars aligned for that one. That was perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Star Wars aligned. Anyway.
That's fun. That's fun.
Av, do you have any sentimental pieces or anything for you?
Any more grails to
Any more malls back there?
No. Well, what's another grail I could show?
Boba Fett with a rocket launcher?
Oh, goodness.
Glow in the dark Vader.
I don't have a. No, one of my memories. Well, go ahead. What?
I was
James?
gonna say, sorry. I was gonna say real quick. We just went international, so shout out to Indian Viking who's up in Norway. He's
Yeah.
a Hardly Heroes
Shout out to
fan.
Norway.
And yeah, Average Nerd just went international with. Now you're in Europe.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. That's awesome.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Ah.
Sorry, I have all you, buddy.
It's all right, man.
No,
I
it's
talk
a
too
great,
much
great
anyways.
shout out. Great shout
I
out.
talk too much, anyways. One of my memories growing up, Star Wars toys. One Christmas, me and my brother got just a bunch of Star Wars figures, and we got the Millennium Falcon. And one tragic thing that happened to us back then, I think me and my little brother, one of us left it in front of the heater,
Oh,
Oh.
no.
and
All our faces.
and it melted, and it was just mangled from the heat. And I just remember being so like heartbroken.
Mhm.
I forget how old I was. It was like early 80s, so what, 7 or something. But yeah, and we weren't that spoiled as kids, so we weren't able to get another one to replace it. Like if that happened to my son now, I'd probably say like, I will just try and get another one. Back then, that was it. And we still played with that burned shit. Oh, sorry. we had to play with the mangled Millennium Falcon. So that was a kind of good memory. I wish I still had it, but it's long gone. For the toys that I do have, it's the two 12-inch, the Chewbacca and the Boba Fett. Those are pretty sentimental to me because I got them when I worked at Toys R Us. It was one of my early jobs as a young adult, and it was one of the toys two of the toys that I got, with my own money, and it was something I really wanted. And so it when I look at it, it just brings me back to when I was, working, hard for my money back then, and just Toys R Us memories, which was really, really fun.
Toys R Us.
Yeah, Toys R Us kid. But yeah, and then and show this for Dave. I know you have this too, don't you?
I don't have that. No.
You don't have this one? Oh,
Are you gonna give it to me?
Yeah. Wait, what about over here?
Just see who can catch it. Just throw it out. Oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm just showing stuff now because I'm gonna go in like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's do another giveaway though before I leave.
Okay, before you bounce. Yeah,
Before I
sure.
leave. All right, guys, we're gonna Dorbs everybody up. We're gonna do 2 Dorbs, Star Wars Dorbs for one lucky winner. So one
So
winner
you
will
can
get-
get a Hollow Maul. I mean,
Yeah,
Vader.
or-
Yeah, there you go. Winner gets a holographic Darth Vader Dorbs, and I think this was like a Disney Store exclusive. I think, and then the Chewbacca.
all of them were.
All of
Yeah,
them,
I think
right?
they were. I
you could
remember
only get
seeing
the
those.
Dorbs at Disney Store.
Yeah, so Dorbs them up before I leave.
Yeah.
I
So
really like the Vader and Stormtrooper in the Dorbs line.
yes,
Yeah,
those are
yeah.
excellent.
I'm gonna keep
So real
showing-
quick.
I'm gonna keep showing stuff. Go ahead. You can talk. I'm gonna keep showing stuff while I.
Oh yeah. Go for it. Same thing as last time. 3-minute giveaway. All you have to do is enter once. The keyword is going to be exclamation point Vader, and the giveaway is going to start now. I think it was Vader. Let's say Vader.
Is it? Oh yeah. Wait. Oh, there it is. You can enter it right now.
Yeah,
Um,
Vader.
If you entered prior to the Streamlabs announcement, you have to enter again. So
Yeah. So Hawkbuster 007, you might have to re-enter that.
yes. Thank
There you go.
So Av, I mean,
Yeah.
I know you have to get going. I was going to get to this anyway. The time has been flying. This has been so much fun already.
Yeah,
just
I know.
this stuff. But I know since you have to get going, we'll get to yours first. Are there any other collectibles you want to kind of show off real quick before you?
Yeah.
before you bounce?
Sure. I'll show the Stormtrooper Luke and Han from what's this 2012 ECCC, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So those are a few of my favorites. We're gonna run through this
Have
real
those.
quick.
Like,
The 2016 New York Comic Con Qui-Gon Jinn.
My goodness,
Oh.
Av just dropping the
This
heat, man.
This
So-
one I chased for a while. Like I got help from another fanatic, Flex Luthor, Mark.
Mark.
Yeah, he hooked me up with that one. He
Nice.
traded, so he was cool with that. Some blue box ones that there's something going on with blue boxes nowadays, right? So,
Ah,
so it's pretty crazy. So Han Solo, one of my favorites. I remember buying this one on Amazon for like $15, and I still have the email confirmation for that. So I look at that and I'm like, damn, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then we'll show. I mean, Captain Rex from the New York Comic Con.
Yes.
oh
yeah,
yeah.
this one with the sticker. I was lucky enough. My brother-in-law, who lives in Brooklyn, he went to this con and was able to secure this for me. So very, very fortunate.
This brings
Um,
up a question that I also wanted to ask you, Ab. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it in there because
Yeah.
So I had the 12-inch Star Wars action figures when I was a kid. I took them to a trip to El Salvador, and my dad made me give them all away to cousins. It still hurts to this day. Have any of you had collectibles as a kid that you gave? I mean, I'm happy we gave mine away because it's to people who wanted it and who appreciated it. But were there any that you guys gave away as a child that you're like, oh no, you just left your grasp?
Yeah, I don't think for me, it wasn't. As a kid, I think it was just they forcefully gave it away. I think
Yeah.
unknowingly. I mean, not unknowingly gave it away. All my like '80s toys, Star Wars, GI Joe, I think was sent to the Philippines for my cousins out there, and it's still like I think about what I had. I'm like, geez, that's it's good that they got to play with it, but it's. If I had it and I played with it, I still have them. They're probably long gone now in some dump somewhere. So that's the only downside of that. But yeah, they were gone.
I'm the same way. It's either my parents were hoarders and they're probably living in a box in my parents' house for like 40 years now, or they got put in a Blick Bion box and got sent to the
Yeah.
Philippines, back in the day.
Yep.
Anyone else have any collectibles that have left
Oh,
grasp?
actually,
No.
yeah.
I
So
think
my
turtle
brother
was
and I.
for the storage. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, oh. Well, no. It's just when we were moving in '89, I think we took some of the toys to my uncle's house, and then I guess at some point he ended up throwing all of them away.
That sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you, Av, for sharing those. I know you got to go open shop. So
Wait,
Open
was,
shop. Wait till the winner, yeah.
oh
was
yeah, let's
Jedi
pick a-
gonna say something too?
Oh, Jedi, did you have also?
Well, oh no, I was basically saying the opposite. Like, yeah, most of my stuff I think still exists somewhere, and I didn't really start collecting Star Wars till I was older. So yeah, it's all still around.
That'll be a fun day when you get to like go through all of those. Like I was saying earlier, I mean, I enjoy going through a lot of those.
You have
There-
it
oh,
too.
yeah, the Paris.
sticker.
Other sticker. Let me zoom in on Trevor. Yeah.
I like that one better. I like that one better, Trevor. I like that one better.
Yeah.
Stickers.
So there was Paris and then there was Texas, right?
The
Those were the
Texas,
two.
yeah. That's very cool.
Let's pick this winner for Av.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I'm just going to
Okay.
pick real fast stories on the drum roll. Let's pick a winner. The winner is
Our
Mountain Meg. Congratulations.
Nice.
Meg, if you don't mind shooting us a DM, or if not, we'll shoot you a DM via Instagram or Twitter or something like that. We'll get that out to you.
What?
Yeah.
Her reply.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Meg.
So yeah, thank you, Av, for those
Yeah.
days and for hanging out and sharing some of your collectibles.
Thank you. I had so much stuff here I wanted to show, but I'll have. I think Dave has a lot of the 3 3/4 ones that we have. We have in common, and he'll probably share those too. But
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for
have
sticking
fun.
around.
See you later.
Drive
Yeah.
safely.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
So yeah, Trevor, was there anything else you wanted to show off? I think with the last kind of 20 minutes, I know that some of us have some stuff to show off, especially Jedi. Jedi is ready to show his entire collection,
I like
which I'm
that.
really
It's
excited for
gonna
too. And
cooperate,
if
but
any
yes.
of you have other ones, Trevor, do you have any other ones?
So Dave showed the Freddy Yoda, and it made me think of the Freddy Boba Fett.
Oh,
I take all my stuff out of the box.
yes.
But the box,
That's
guess
awesome.
what? It's in perfectly good shape because it's in a hard stack. So that way I can mess around with this guy.
yeah.
Oh,
And it's funny
cool.
because so this is the one in 196. There's one that's like 124, but he has the normal orange hair. I think
Yeah.
the green hair should have been tougher because the green hair was
Yeah, I love the green hair one. Oh, that's a great piece.
Jeez, that's.
And then I have this guy.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah.
Mondays
Oh,
last year.
yes.
I
For
can take
those who
that out of
haven't
the
heard
box.
the story, yeah, you should probably tell the story.
Right. So last year at Fun Days, Mark Hamill came out, and before going, we kind of, the past couple years, they were like, oh, we picked this special table. It was 19 and then it was 20. So we thought, oh, well, this year's going to be 21. We didn't think of any other version of it. So we asked to be at table 21, and they're like, oh, sorry, that's already taken. But we do have 19. And so we got 19. We're sitting down, and when they're about to announce it, we look to each other. Like, we look over at table 21, expecting them to say 21. And then Mark Hamill's like, it's 2019, so let's give it to table 19. And so,
Yeah.
nice.
How many
Stars
pieces?
aligned.
80 pieces?
yeah, 80 pieces.
Nice. That's awesome. And there was more to that story too, because you also got a high five from him, right?
Yeah, because since 19 is right on the entryway, he gave a high five. So I was sitting at a table with all the secondary heroes. Plus, we had Tanner at our table too, and Tanner won the design contest for Bat Boy, and so he got a extra gold look.
Oh, nice.
So he's this guy.
Yeah.
Gold.
Gold.
Yep, 80 pieces. He's worth a little bit of money, I guess. And I just came out of box and ruined it.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit of money. Just a little bit.
Does that really depreciate the value once you pull it out of the box? What if it's perfect and you put it back?
I think it's
Fine.
Funko doesn't seal their stuff, so I don't think it matters. Like if they put like little stickers on all the edges, then it would matter more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think at the time, not anymore, but the Toys R Us, the Jeffrey, they had seals because there was a contest going
Yeah,
on.
the golden ticket.
Yeah, there was a golden
Oh.
ticket. And so if somebody had broken the seal to check if they had the golden ticket at the time when it was like in the hundreds, I think it depreciated a little bit. People were trying to sell the unbroken seal. So that's just an example. Yeah. Dave, do you have any other ones you want to share with us?
Oh gosh. Okay. I have a lot. Let's just go through this quick so we could
Yeah,
have
yeah.
everyone else share. So, for those who do not know, there's a Filipino toy designer named Quix, and he's made a few pieces that are Star Wars inspired. So this one's called the Boba Tech 63, and 63 is the country code of the Philippines.
I've heard
So,
you
yeah.
guys talk about this before. I want to know more about this. Like I want to know
Oh,
where
yeah.
to get it. So
Martian Toys is usually the place that sells it online. It's called Tech Tuesday. So every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific, there's like a quick drop. So this one actually had a chase run. So this one's like a metallic variant. I was lucky to get a chase. And then they also even had a Mando Tech 2. Did we lose Jedi?
No, you keep going.
Okay. But yeah, this is a bigger piece compared to this one.
very cool.
Oh wow.
Just for comparison. And then also he does a few prints also. So I like this one's the Ghost of Kurosawa. But his helmet is kind of inspired by Darth Vader. Darth Vader.
I even have one to add, David. I'm pretty sure you have this one too.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to do the makeup trick for YouTube. I think.
It's like a Doctor Doom or something?
Yeah, so his name is Doom Vader. So it's like a mix between Doom and Darth Vader. If you notice, like the chest plate, it's kind of like Vader's the buttons and his chest piece. I don't know what other than that. I don't know what else is Vader, but it's Doom Vader.
Yeah.
Damien had mentioned that yesterday on Geek Together too. Is a lot of the what's cool about designer toys is you kind of get these pieces that resemble pop culture. They won't exactly be the figure, but it'll be like a colorway or some sort of a special feature that's calling to these characters, like this one, like Doom Vader. Were there any other ones, Dave?
Oh yeah. So Av mentioned like a few 3.75 inch. So I have a bunch. So I only collect like the 3.75 inch Jedi and Sith, but they don't make as much of them anymore. But I used to have a few like the expanded universe pieces. So like Emperor Palpatine's clone, Luke when he was like a kind of undercover Sith, and then Jason and Jaina Solo.
That's
But
cool.
yeah, it's kind of, I think these are like the characters that they based Rey and Kylo after. I still have like a few of the Macquarie concepts, Yoda and Obi-Wan, and then I like to collect a few of like the obscure characters. So they had different versions of these guys that were only on Genndy Tartakovsky's Clone Wars. But these are like characters that General Grievous killed.
That's super cool.
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
to get all his lightsabers somehow.
Yeah. And what else are there? What else can I show? I have a bunch. Asajj Ventress from Clone Wars 2, the Genndy
Nice.
Tartakovsky version.
Yeah.
That's where she first originated from. And then some of the legacy or legends figures are some of my favorites. So like there's some other Sith lords from I think their group was called One Sith. So Darth Krayt, that this dude right there, he broke the rule of two, and then he started like having other Sith lords join him and stuff. So that's like Darth Talon and
Wow.
yeah.
That's like deep cut nerd, like hardcore Star Wars knowledge right there. That's cool.
Yeah. So much.
Thanks, Dave. I'm gonna cut over to John because we are
Yes.
like I said, this is just zooming by. This is so much fun. John, was there anything that stood out to you? Do you have any other pieces you want to share, or even I didn't get a chance to ask this question earlier. If you have an answer to this too, was there something you've always wanted that you never attained?
With me, no, not really. Like I said, my daughter's the one that's really into all those, so that's where I got all of hers. But I've got like, again, these little metal ones she's done, which are really intricate and take the time to do. She's got like 10 of these back here sitting behind me.
Those are gorgeous pieces. I love
I like
how they're
those.
like detailed.
And, yeah, they're tedious. Little pieces. So
Yeah.
but she does them. But yeah, she's the one that really got into it, and especially like I said, with her going to Star Wars Land,
Mhm.
she went through and we watched all the shows. We had to prep her and get her ready to go, and then she just had a blast. So she's ready to go back to that again. So that's something I'm will be looking forward to as soon as we can do that. With the whole family. So
yeah, that's exciting. That's something I'm looking forward to eventually when the day comes when I have kids of my own. This is stuff I want to be able to share with them and enjoy this passion together. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you, John. James, anything else from you?
Speaking of kids, that's one of the fun things. Like, I collect, pops and Lego here and there, but like one of the things that's fun, being a kid is like building lightsabers. So this is one of the ones from like Savvy's workshop in Disneyland. So it's fun to like bang them around with kids, and I definitely do that with my 5-year-old son. I'm like, "You ready to do this?" He's like, "Let's do it, Dad." So it's really fun to do that. So go get them kids. I do have one. Let me look for it. What did I?
While you're looking for that, this message from Geek Together, you're gonna be so hurt when your kids don't want any of it. Have 5 to 1 get interested. That's funny.
Oh, here it is. I have a collector Funko fail. I went to Celebration. I've been to like 4 Star Wars celebrations, like
awesome.
Orlando and Anaheim, but like I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so cool to get this Greedo, right? Yeah, it's like 1 of 500, and I stood in line. I waited super early in line. I got in, and I got it. I'm like, this is gonna skyrocket. This is gonna, pay for my kids' college tuition. Paid like $40, and I messaged Av actually like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, hey man, I got this 1 of 500. How much is it worth? How much are you willing to buy it for? He's like, it's going for like $25. I'm like, oh no. I'm just like, there goes your college fund, son. Sorry.
It's funny how depending on what the pieces are, I mean, even though they're like low numbered, it's some are more valuable and some aren't. But even though Sicario, they're still pretty cool because they're like based on Japanese figures. On the Sofubi figures. So I've always liked those. It's still a cool piece to have. Yeah.
Well, if you're interested, oh my god,
I'll shoot you a message.
Yeah, there you go.
Was there any other ones that you wanted to show real quick?
No, that's good.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Jedi, are you ready to show the
I'm ready. I know that I don't have a lot of time, so I will do the best I can. But I do want to show a couple items that are right here in front of me first.
Sure.
Before I do the tour.
Yeah.
So I actually collect some like art type pieces. So this is actually a statue, and it lights up and makes sound. So yes, zoom in.
Oh.
Trying to angle this. So I have a couple pieces like this. I've got some like collector plates and a whole display in my bedroom, which I won't be showing off today, but there's some pictures, and I post a lot of pictures on my Instagram over time. So he asked about to look for an obscure piece, and so I thought I'd bring something real quick that maybe not many of you have seen. So yeah, seems pretty simple. It's the Millennium Falcon, right?
Ooh,
does anyone know what it is?
I want to see Dave.
Yes, I do.
I can't do the whole thing, of course, in this amount of time, but it is a transformer.
Yes,
and it turns into Chewie and Han Solo. So
what?
Like it's in 2, and it like they look all robotic with their arm pieces, but it's got and so like this gun is his bowcaster. Like there's all kinds of cool stuff. I don't even remember how to do it right now. So, but I was like, at least one piece pops up to show that he is in there.
That's cool.
So,
that's amazing.
So
I love those.
It's a really cool piece because I love Transformers too. So it was like an awesome combo.
Me
so
too.
okay, now for some reason the iPad does not want to switch to the back camera, so I get to try to aim this away from me and show you guys stuff. So
while you're doing that, I'm gonna test.
I'm gonna do the zoom camera. Probably is a good starting point.
Hi, Jorge.
There we go. Now you can see.
Okay, so I mean, you guys could kind of see the room. So I'm kind of standing next to it. So, I mean,
look at that.
Basically got all the different ones, and I'm
That's
trying
the way
to
to
display. So I've got
display it.
scenes.
Yes.
The box stack.
On iPad, you can do it. I'm having a hard time thinking of how to aim the camera. There we go.
That's okay. You're doing good. You're doing good, Jedi.
Also, don't want to go too fast to make everybody sick. So
that's awesome.
So I've got all the movie moments in here, and so I try to just kind of make displays, and then I really like the boxes behind. So
Yeah.
So yeah, I
it's
mean,
a nice way
it's
to
obviously an
describe it.
entire wall. So I mean, you guys could kind of see it behind me earlier that it's like 4 wide, and then
Shelf
over on
goals
this side,
indeed.
I've got another
Look at-
one, and I've actually got
wow.
these cool things where I hang some keychains and
Ooh.
lanyards. They were actually
That's
the little signs for the race medals at Disney.
Uh-huh.
Folks found them online, and basically they work great for keychains and stuff. And then I got
Yeah.
my Hoth set up over here. Okay, well, this isn't Freddy Day, so we'll skip past Freddy's. But
Ooh, still cool.
yeah, I do wish I had that Freddy Yoda. It's the only Yoda I'm missing right now. Okay, come on, angle the right way to show my BB-8. Again, thinking backwards. So
Awesome.
here's the.
That's
the,
really
the
cool. I
Lego
really like
one.
that display.
Thank you. And then I've got I've got other things like lamps. Come on, brain.
Oh, nice. Look at that.
Sorry, they got some porgs and the lamp there. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna back out again because my brain is and go towards the window and show
While
some
you're
Legos.
showing that off, there's a question from Liz. She says, do you order by movie, year release, number?
Oh, my order, kind of by movies and shows together. Some of it's that's probably the main approach. So, but they kind of go all over. I did a lot of planning, and of course, the new one come out, and I have to rearrange. So,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
up top I've got all the glow ones up there with the 10-inch, and then you can see I've got some other things like I actually have some Leia and Amidala. I have
Those
the other
Hasbro figures are
Amidala
fun.
dolls from the
Yeah.
90s, but I haven't found them in storage yet. But I have all 3 of them. So yeah. So
Nice,
okay.
nice.
And now to the other side of the room.
Yeah.
Sorry for the quick pan, but I've got. So this is also a more obscure piece. Is some
Ooh.
cereal boxes from Canada. When
Ooh.
the special editions came out, and all the cereal is still in there, and I wouldn't dare open it.
Frosted Flakes
It's like
from 1997.
From 97, yes. And then
If there's an
I've actually got
apocalypse, and that's the only thing left.
and then, I've got a little closet area over here I've started to fill that had some shelves, so I moved all my solo pops in here, and then I've got room to expand for more. And then up on the top, again, I can use my computer to see where I'm aiming. So I also have a bunch of those 12-inch figures. I showed one yesterday briefly, but this one I actually opened the box. I'm still not sure if I want to take it out of the container because it's kind of holding it in there nicely.
Yeah, and it's like a diorama.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but in the box you couldn't see it at all. So I was like, I got to change that. Okay, I'm gonna pause the camera and run into the living room.
Yeah, I want to see some of that kitchenware too.
I have to get sick as I walk through. Or actually, let's do the kitchen first. So
Probably after those 2 rooms, we'll
Heard me
head
talk
on
about
over
it.
to Nerdy Curious.
So okay, if I can point the right way. So
Oh,
Cool.
wow.
so
Those are
this is
cool.
my kitchen. So you see, I've got a cookie jar. I've got a bunch of mugs,
Potato head.
plates. And then we
This is
go
everything
around.
you see at like Disneyland or,
Yeah.
or a con. You're like, I want this, and it's
Yeah.
all
So,
here.
and then I got,
Ooh, what's that
another cookie jar,
BB-8
BB-8 there.
Cookie jar? BB-8 cookie jar?
The BB-8 is a cookie jar, yeah. So
Nice.
and then the little teacups and the teapot. Oh, and then I think I skipped. Sorry, gonna go fast. Hopefully, you
That's
guys don't get
okay.
Dizzy. Then I've got my
Oh, you got the salt and pepper shaker.
yeah. If I can
Oh,
angle that on, I got the salt. and
I thought
pepper
those were pops.
shakers
I was
and-
like,
Yeah,
you don't want to melt those.
I know.
Oh,
That's gonna
No,
go
no,
the
so
Av
they're-
Millennium Falcon route.
the salt and pepper shakers and the so there's
Oh
the
my
spatulas
gosh.
and the toaster. So yes, I
Oh, I like
a
those.
variety of stuff. So my parents do like to spoil me, and it gives them stuff to show. So okay, now
Yeah,
into the
very
living room.
impressive.
How are we doing on time?
Very impressive.
I'm running low.
You must be a very good son
Okay.
because you got some really cool stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
So okay, now
Ooh.
into the living room where you can see some art. So I've got these posters they're actually I don't understand how it works, but they're on a metal canvas.
Oh,
So
Nice.
it's pretty cool. And then on the couch I put out some of my plush on my Ewoks and
we got to get you a Death Star clock, Jedi.
Oh, I've seen those.
hang on. I'll go back
Oh,
to the
Peely?
cuckoo clock in a second. So I've got
Oh,
So this is actually the Hallmark ornaments that all like play together. I don't know how well you can see them. I'm doing my best here. I'm not going to play them. They'll make a lot of noise. And then, okay, well, we're getting close. So
like
here
that,
is
Jim.
part of the Yoda display.
Oh, I love that
Showing
lamp.
Hang on,
I
this-
love lamp.
So yes,
I love
Yoda
lamp.
lamp. Come on. So this is kind of my Dagobah area and the Porgs. I'm excited to add the new Yoda movie moment to that area.
Oh yes.
It's almost like
And
you
then,
like Star Wars or
quickly
something, Jedi, from the chat.
Yeah, maybe. So again, let's see. That's the TV. Okay. I'm
No,
tilting
this
the wrong
is
way.
Star
So-
Wars is for everyone.
Oh, what?
That
So
Death Star.
There's the Death
Oh my
Star,
God.
along with all the many Yodas. So let's see if we can.
I feel like we're
So
at
there's
Rancho
a
Obi-Wan
wide
right now.
variety of Yodas in here.
Ooh, that one's holding a
Jedi, you
bowl.
gotta
That
start
Death
charging
Star
for
was a
tours.
lot of- Oh, there you can see the poster briefly, and then I've got a bookshelf over here that's got a bunch of other stuff on it. Again, if I can tilt the right way.
Ooh.
Got some of my Mando stuff up there. Got my
We'll have to do this again
Celebration.
sometime too. So if you're
Yeah.
down, Jedi, to go into some detail on like some of these obscure pieces and how
Pause.
you got a lot of those,
Oh,
because
of
I am
course,
curious. I have
yeah.
more questions.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm sure. That's why I was like, I'm just gonna do the quick show, but that's perfectly fine. I have that as well. The Mr. Potato Heads.
Mr.
Those are in
Potato
there.
Head.
Yeah.
So okay, I'll just
Awesome.
set up over here while we're finishing up.
While we transition, thank you so much, Jedi. I know you kind of rushed through that, and I
Oh,
know a
thank you
lot of
guys
us
for
are
having me.
curious too. But maybe one day we'll go into detail with you if you're up for it. Have some folks on. Yeah,
definitely.
that was a lot of fun.
I appreciate
Thank you,
being able
everyone.
to share. It's fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you, everyone who's in the chat for joining us today. I hope you guys enjoyed this panel. Thank you to Trevor. Thank you to Don. Thank you to James. Thank you to Jedi. Thank you, Av, Dave. Thank you, everyone, for joining. This was a lot of fun. This stuff, this is the stuff I get excited about because collectibles, this is just, this is our realm. So this was a lot of fun. We're going to send things over to Nerdy Curious, where they're going to be talking about how Star Wars is for everyone. So I'm excited to see what they talk about and what their guests discuss. So again, thank you everyone for joining. Shout
Great,
out.
it's on the Dorksman.
Thank you.
Oh,
everyone.
Dorkman. Sorry.
We had a quick schedule change.
Schedule change. Okay, so what are they going to talk about?
It's the same thing. It's just Nerdy Curious isn't able to host it today.
Okay, awesome. So we're going to go to the
Okay.
Dorksman. We're going to go over to the Dorksman for that. And they're on now. Okay, so let's send this raid over. Let's throw we should throw a cool hashtag in there. Something Force Fiesta raid. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Sounds great. Hashtag Force
Of course, I'm
Fiesta
not at my
raid.
computer. I'll have to go do it in a minute.
Let's send this over.
Thanks again. This was great. I really appreciate it. And everybody has amazing
Yeah,
collections.
Thank you. Loved seeing all the variety.
Yeah. Thank you for joining. Shout out to Secondary Heroes. Shout out to Toy Rewind Podcast. It's funny because both of James, because both of you and Trevor have heroes in your name. I always jumble them up when I'm. But shout out to Hardly Heroes. Thank you.
It's funny because look, it's like Secondary Heroes and Hardly Heroes. Like, no,
Heroes.
we're not quite heroes.
Very- yeah. Thank you, everyone. We're sending it over. See ya.
May the force be with you.
And with your spirit.
And with your spirit. And